purchase cottage or rural properties, but some really great tips to keep in mind if you want to make these purchases. And is it the time people are thinking about cottages and those rural properties, right?
Absolutely. I mean, in this heat, who doesn't want to be sitting on a dock by the water?
The
right?
dream, the dream. Okay, but you have some really good information for us here. The first tip that you say is location.
So is this going to be we're all talking about, and we all have the dream of living out of the city and being on a cottage. Now, there are also people, though, we're just going to live at the cottage permanently.
Okay.
So in regards to location, is it close to stores? Is it close to amenities that you may need? And depending on where you are in your life path,
right,
are you bringing kids? So what are the schools and everything else? So you really need to figure out what the location is in regards to what you want to accommodate.
Fit your needs. Some really good tips there, because sometimes you look and you think of a dream and then you get there and you're like, uh-oh, we're not close to schools or we're not close to grocery stores. Another thing you say is transportation.
And access, because we have, especially right now in all this heat, it's great to have waterfront or rural property and be on 100 acres, yet is the road actually, even during the winter months, is it actually, is there snow removal? Is the road accessible during those difficult weather periods that we have? And then in regards to transportation, going back to what we said earlier, Melissa, is how long will it take you to get to work if that, and you have to incorporate gas costs and everything else. So not everybody thinks about in the summer where, a dirt road doesn't matter. Yet if you're going to move there in the winter, will you actually have access, because not all roads are accessible.
I just think of some of these cottage properties and they're on hills.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to navigate that in the winter and it's not plowed, that would be very tricky.
Absolutely.
Okay, another tip you say for us is land size and zoning.
So what are you planning on doing with this property? Even if we take the waterfront out and you've decided to invest, let's say, in a farmland, then is it, are you able to put the animals that you want on that, because not all of them are zoned in that way. In regards to your land size, if we talk about cottages, your waterfront, the more waterfront that you have, your taxes go up. So it is great to say, I'm going to have 200 feet of waterfront. You will pay for 200 feet of waterfront.
Oh my goodness.
So you have to figure out, again, going back to what your end goal is. If you like your privacy and you want to have that big waterfront, you will pay for it just simply from the taxes. And in regards to zoning, if you talk about waterfront, no longer are you allowed the boat houses. So are you grandfathered and everything else? So there's a lot to think about in regards to that you can't adjust waterfront anymore.
Right.
And is the waterfront, is in regards to the fact, will it go up and down? So there are so many things in regards to zoning as what you want to accomplish on that property.